Welcome back, listeners, to the Midnight Library. It's great to be back on the air. Tonight I bring you a story from Pepperidge Farm Remembers, the Duke of Depravity, top 1% commenter in Short Scary Stories. The title? Death Unleashed. Death cackled with glee when he read the memo. We are starting over. Cancel all current, small-scale projects, and begin plans for a full-scale eradication. It had been decades since he'd been given this level of freedom. Ever since things got out of hand with the world wars and the nuclear weapons, management had been scrutinizing his every move, ensuring he didn't take things too far again. Wasn't it those same voices that were applauding him during the plague? Those same hypocrites that considered the Inquisition a stroke of genius? True, he had never intended the body count to get that high when he started whispering in the ear of that twitchy little man with the stupid mustache. But how could they criticize him for doing his job too effectively? Death was his business, and they had never before questioned his methods. Yet ever since Nagasaki, they'd nitpicked every one of his decisions. Sure, he'd been able to sneak in a few genocides and famines here and there, the odd terrorist attack and a light pandemic or two, but he'd been leashed for far too long, shackled under the bureaucracy of approvals for each of his actions. Until now. Now they needed him. Now they required his unique talents, and the guidelines were, mercifully, few. Preserve plant and animal life, minimize environmental impact, and eliminate every human by the end of 2025. Death relished the challenge. 5 short years to stamp out the human race. He began planning in earnest. Of course, an asteroid or comet would be the easiest, most economical way to begin their extinction, but that would violate the requirement to preserve the rest of the biological diversity on Earth. The same risk came with inciting a nuclear holocaust, and a non-nuclear conflict wouldn't likely result in every human perishing in 5 years' time, especially since they were so protective of their young and would make efforts to shelter them from the carnage. Famine might do it, but would require direct destruction of the plants and animals the humans consume. And disease was never perfect. There were always at least a few that were naturally immune, no matter how creative he was when synthesizing the pathogen. So then, how to do it? How to ensure no survivors? How to ensure only the humans were removed? He needed efficiency. He needed precision. He needed machines. It was an elegant plan. It was a beautiful plan. Death excitedly began his whispers. He drove them to automate. He drove them to digitize. He drove them to integrate AI into every device on the planet. And now the stage is set. Sure, the humans may try to fight back, but they'll find their nuclear weapons disabled, their jets grounded, their tanks immobilized. The computers will turn on them, and the drones Death convinced them to build are ready to begin the extermination. All that's needed is for an engineer to change a single line of code. And with that, Death whispered again. Thank you for listening, everyone. I hope you are all safe. Have a great night.